Feeling stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to escape ineffective, unhealthy patterns and old, painful memories. Well, let me tell you about a life-changing approach called EMDR and why it might be exactly what you are looking for. Hi, I'm Travis Goodman. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and mind-body coach. And over the years, I've worked with countless men and women who have been weighed down by painful memories and events in their life through trauma and through limiting negative self-beliefs. If that's you or someone you care about, then you need to hear about EMDR. A quick side note before we jump into what it is, I first want to share that I am actually a certified EMDR therapist, and that takes a minimum 2 to 3 years just to get certified with countless hours of supervision. So not only do I have certification to back up what I'm claiming and what I'm saying, I also have anecdotal experience working with hundreds and over hundreds of hours with hundreds of people practicing and using EMDR as an effective tool to help heal and bring integration into people's lives. So quite simply, EMDR, what it stands for is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Yes, I know it's a mouthful. Try and say that 10 times fast. But what it is, it's a therapeutic approach that helps the brain and the body reprocess past painful and overwhelming experiences. Think of it like a reset for the mind and the body, moving you from a stuck space, a stuck state, a frozen state, an anxious state, a frustrated state, into a grounded, thriving, calm state. So how it works is a primary part and component of EMDR reprocessing is the use of something called bilateral stimulation, or BLS for short. Now, there are different ways in which we can utilize BLS, and the most common ways that we think of is eye movement. And how it was initially discovered was going back and forth with the hand, and the eyes would move left to right, left to right. And since then, we have developed and come up with other modes of BLS to engage that part of the processing. We have something called a light bar that has light go back and forth, where it essentially mimics the hand going back and forth. And one of my favorites is something called tappers or tabs. And I have these that look like this. This is from the Dharma Doctor, which are great product, by the way. And these vibrate back and forth, and these can be controlled via remote on a Bluetooth on your phone. And that's one of my favorite modes and favorite uses of BLS. There's also sound for people, and you could also do self-tapping at home, something called the butterfly hugger tap, going back and forth. And really, it is client dependent. It's person dependent. What feels most comfortable for the individual going through it. And so what it does, it helps unlock the brain's natural healing process. And EMDR isn't just about talking about it. It's not just merely an intellectual left brain exercise like other modalities. And that's often how people remain stuck, because they're just talking through it. What EMDR is doing is it's also doing bottom up, meaning it's going into the body where that stored memory is, the stuck part of the body and the emotions, using bilateral stimulation, having a whole integrative, reintegrated process, which actually allows for more complete healing. Now here is where it gets even more powerful. Now I have 2 certifications. I have both the standard EMDR certification, and I also have the attachment focused EMDR certification through the Parnell Institute. And so attachment focused EMDR is taking the standard EMDR protocol, the standard kind of step process that we've all been trained in. Those that have been trained in EMDR know this, but it adds this attachment lens. And where I think the most powerful healing part is that it's designed to address our early relationships, and most often maybe the early attachment wounds or deficits that we went through with our primary caregivers, with our parent. And often these kind of core memories, these fundamental experiences that we had at such an early age kind of set the tone, set the stage, lay that foundation of how we see ourselves, how we experience the world. And so if you're finding yourself often struggling with trust, with intimacy, with self-worth, it's most likely due to some type of early attachment wound or deficit. And having EMDR coupled with attachment theory is such an effective strategy with healing these early wounds, which has this direct impact on now how you see yourself today and how you engage in healthy, effective relationships. So why should you care about this? Well, really, trauma and past pains that we experience in early childhood don't just show up in flashbacks or bad memories. That is one of many ways that we can have these relived experiences. More often than not, what I tend to see is having a really harsh inner critic that beats you up all the time, having constant self-doubt or feelings of worthlessness or not enough or having no value. It also often looks like having the same arguments over and over with your partner or with your family, and also makes you feel disconnected from the people that you love and care about. See, EMDR helps you rewrite the narrative, the story in your brain, rewire the brain and the body, which then enables you to step into a more confident, a more grounded, more integrated whole person. I mean, imagine just letting go of all those negative beliefs and thoughts and pain that you've held on for so many years years. Imagine that's gone. Imagine feeling lighter, feeling more grounded. Imagine finally being able to enjoy relationships. Imagine kind of being able to feel complete and whole and feel like you have worth and value and a purpose in your life. If this resonates, don't wait. Reach out to me, and there's gonna be links in the description to not only my site, but to other sites that have, including EMDR trained therapists. The first step of healing is taking action, is identifying. And the next step is really, what do I do next? And so I'm giving you those links below to begin to take that next step to find a trained therapist who is trained in EMDR. So go ahead, hit a like and subscribe and follow for more content. And you're gonna wanna watch this next video where I go into a deep dive of the different steps and stages of what an EMDR therapy session looks like.